This is In the Shadows Podcast. Lots of cigar talk, but if it's going on in the world, we'll be talking about that too. And by the way, the fellas don't shy away from controversial topics. Trust me. So grab that stick, kick back with your favorite drink, and let's do the thing. This is the In the Shadows Podcast. Now your hosts, Tony the Soy Sauce Assassin, along with Albert, Martine, and Eric.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Shadow Smoke's Legion in the Shadow Podcast. And I'm your host, Tony the Soy Sauce Assassin. And today we have the usual crew, of course, Albert and Eric, and then we have Martine and Maya. So today, the topic I want to talk about is how much does a video review influence your decision of buying cigars? Okay, so do you think about this, right? Before you buy a cigar, you might see a online review, half wheels or whatnot, and like reviewers talking about cigars, right? And like how much of that influence you whether or not you want to buy a cigar, and whether or not that increase your, I guess, willingly to pay more for a certain cigar because it has been reviewed, has been buzzed about, and something like that. Okay?
I vote Eric first.
So we go with we gotta go with Martine first.
Oh, son of a bitch!
You talk while I'm talking, so you gotta go first.
Don't you get homie?
If it's Eric review, then I'm probably not going to buy it.
Okay.
I'm not the one with
that's
the
probably
taste.
because you're smoking all these fucking expensive ass cigars.
I'm not the only one.
Right. But like I'm saying overall, right? Think about the cigars that you bought. How many of that is actually because somebody buzzed about it, somebody talked about it, somebody did a write-up or a review about it?
Half Wheel, I think I would buy them more. I'd be more inclined to buy something if it was from Half Wheel, like if they did a report on it or like a new cigar's coming out or whatever. Not so much reviews. I don't read reviews. Eric knows I don't watch reviews. Or at least don't watch Eric's reviews. I don't watch anybody's reviews. But no, like I do keep up sometimes with Half Wheel. So like new stuff coming out, if I see it, I'll know what it is. I'll pick it up. I'll grab it. So yeah, that's me.
Well, how about this? Let's say a cigar was $20. Okay, you walk by it, it's $20, and you're like, nah, $20, I don't want to buy it. Would going home, reading, found out there was a write-up from Half Wheel or whatever, and said, no, this cigar is good, would that convince you to spend the $20?
No, because I don't read the review.
Okay.
Then what did you look at Half Wheel for?
So I look at Half Wheel to see new cigars coming out, blend sizes, the blend of the cigar. That's what I'd read Half Wheel for. And news.
So if there's like a $20 cigar with the blend that you're looking for, would you go buy it? That's the kind of same thing like if reviewing, right?
Yeah, I'd buy it.
Okay. Well, how about Albert? You're more representing the average Joes. What does that kind of stuff influence you to buy a cigar?
I think a few years ago, perhaps it would influence me to some degree to go and buy a cigar that I saw on a review. But I've gotten to a point where I really don't watch a lot of reviews anymore. If I do, it will be I'll search for a particular cigar that I might want to smoke or consider smoking just to get a feel for what it might be about. I'll tell you what influences me more is word of mouth from other people, like friends and posts that I see in the group I'm in, or friends with, where they're posting some stuff they're smoking, and I tend to kind of ask a little bit about it from them, so I can get a better idea before I go pay the money for it. So that's trying to think, does a cigar review influence me? Perhaps to some degree, just because they're showing what's out there. Maybe it's the latest and greatest kind of thing, but for the most part, I'm not really letting that decide if I'm about a $20 cigar. Let's put it that way. They're not probably going to upsell me.
Okay,
They might
so
give me a
they
smoke
think that
cigar
review.
that I haven't had.
You're basically saying that review isn't going to influence you in terms of buying cigar nowadays. Rather, if a friend or group member or whatnot smoked a cigar that might have intrigued you, that does more influence than a review or a write-up, something like that.
Right. And I think, when you start thinking about people who watch reviews, I figured out that there's a couple reasons why people, at least that I've seen, will watch a review. And just talking with different people and why they watch reviewers. The personality is something that they're just entertained with, or they find some value in how that person thinks, and interesting things or funny things they say, or whatever their particular style is of review. So that could be a reason why someone will follow somebody. But in terms of as I have learned more about cigars, learned more about what I like, and I've developed the variety that I'm comfortable with, then I'm really not seeking out advice from other people and people that I don't know, because I may or may not necessarily know their palate. So it's informational, but it's not. I don't think it's influential. Let's put it that way.
So experience basically has removed the needs for actual write-up or reviews for you, basically. Because now you know what you like, and then you're seeking those what you like anyway. So
right.
You didn't need anybody to kind of tell you, this wine's pretty good, go try that, basically.
Right. But I will maybe see a new cigar, like off half will, because I do look at that periodically. And then I will maybe seek out a review that someone has done on that cigar just to get an idea. But again, I'm how much I trust it and whether or not I'll just, run out and grab it. I don't think that really dictates that too much.
Okay. All right. How about Eric?
Well, I review cigars, so I'm gonna buy them no matter what, right? But some of the cigar that I really do get interested in, and like if they're new and I didn't have a chance to get them yet, or I don't see them, or it just passed over my head, I do see like other reviewer reviewed it, and it doesn't influence me anything. It's just that I'm gonna go get it myself anyway. But I just want to see what other people take on it as well. And if it's good, great. But then sometimes it's just overhyped. It's like, damn, really? So, yeah. And I do watch like older cigars that get reviewed with new reviewer coming in. I watch that a lot. Because the new cigars, I could literally get it myself. But there's some old ones. Like you have, Tony, some of them. You can't fucking find them, so if somebody got a review on, let me know about it. Or I usually watch review that cigars that I can't get, pretty much, and it just makes me want to get it more because I just want to smoke one because I don't have it, right? Okay. But it doesn't influence me to get it. Well, it does kind of influence me to get it at the same time. I don't know what that one is.
Wanderlust.
The Wanderlust.
I
have no idea what that is.
It's a German exclusive.
That's not really helping the listeners because they can't see.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about it.
I don't know. It's just something that I can't get my hand. Yes, I want to get my hand on it. And I do watch people review it, and it just make me want it more and more. But once I get it, then if it's good, then I'm kind of screwed at the same time, right? Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's my take on reviewers. And yes, I do watch them, and I do like to support my friends that do reviews and stuff. I support them that way, not like somebody.
So, Trent, I got a question. Shut up. I got a question. So, exclusive cigars, like out of the country cigars, do you go out of your way to get shit like that?
Yeah, if I can. If I have a chance, yes.
Like, let's say, like with the Plasencia, it was like a exclusive to a country or whatever. Would you go out and get it if you could find it?
If I get a chance to go, yeah. Or if I got a friend that goes, yes, I would tell him to go get it for me, or help me go get it if he can, have the time or stuff like that to spend, right? But yeah, yes, it's my goal is to smoke every cigar out there.
Dude, there's so many though.
Exactly. You know, and there's some of them that's hype.
mean-
I would like to have it before it died out or something. I wanted to see what's the hype about as well.
How long have you been smoking cigars?
7 years.
I mean, in just those 7 years, there's a lot of shit that came out that I'm sure you haven't smoked yet.
Exactly. But then there's some of them that they come out, it doesn't interest me, so I don't really want it, right? Like I don't want.
Are you
cigar.
are you more interested in like the new stuff coming out, or like the old stuff that's been already reviewed and you know is going to be good because it's been out for a while?
Oh, I'm interested in both. Like if I don't have the old ones, I would like to have the old one, and the new one is easier to get because it's new, it's more abundance, right? I'm not talking about the old
Like, let's
core
say if you
line,
were able-
right?
Like, let's say you were able to get like one of the like a 10-year-old Liga Privada T52 or number 9. Would you?
It doesn't
be
matter. I
interested
got
in-
no. It doesn't matter to me because I got those in my humidor. Yeah,
This
about
is the
the
power
Liga 9 and yeah, about the Liga 9 and T52. I already have them. They're not new to me. You know what I mean? They've been out.
That's
You know
what's
the
been
problem with
better.
the seeking out old cigars is that by the time you get it, they might not be the same one that people review about.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like just find like Liga Night, right?
Yeah.
If somebody had one of the Liga Nights from a long time ago, they decided to take it out and smoke it and review it, and you go get it in the shop tomorrow, it's not gonna be the same one, right? That's one of
what
the
I'm trying to
problems.
say.
And different year has a different crop, so they are slightly different by a little bit, and they might not give the same experience. This is why I ask whether or not those things influence you. I mean, I look at reviews, right? But I would look at the review not for what they feel about it. Rather, I want to see the box. I want to see the cigar. I want to see how it looks like. Let's see if it interests me, right? If it doesn't interest me by just the look, I usually won't get it. But if it interests me by just the look, I will go get it, So, like, that opinion of the notes that they tasted, it didn't influence me that much. What influenced me is the presentation, how it looks like when people are smoking it, how much smoking is coming out of it. And, from there, I can judge whether or not the price make any difference to me.
Let me ask a question. Would you guys be more inclined to, or do you think it's a good idea if, let's say, you have Plasencia, just for calling a name out there. If Plasencia, because every year the crop is different, would you be more inclined to buy a cigar that they release that's like regular production that is marked like for that year? Like, let's say they come out with the Almafuerte 2023, because the crop's going to be different every year. So oh, I haven't tried it this year, let me try it again. I mean, it's not going to change much, but you're going to have like different, it's not going to be the same, but it'll be similar.
And why don't you just buy and age it yourself?
No,
The
that
same
will
thing.
piss me off. That kind of thing will piss me off. It's like buying wine, right? If you find 1 year that's particularly good, you'll go crazy searching for that 1 year.
Yeah. You wouldn't be more inclined to buy something like that?
I would definitely not
No,
even
I
gonna
don't
give
really
myself
care.
into that. Yeah, if somebody put a year on there and I know exactly which year tastes best, I'll go crazy searching it. I'll never find it. I'm gonna be very disappointed. Every other year will be compared to that one specific year. That's not a good way to do this hobby. I think you should be able to enjoy it regardless what year it is. And once you know that information, it hurts.
I think they do that already with the limited editions and the editions, especially, the edition 2023, 2022. They do that already. They do the short runs, for example, are I most likely crop related or a certain bundle. So I think you see that already. I think it's just we're not seeing it in the same way maybe as wine is, etc. But I don't know how crazy you'll go, Tony, because if you already run into that situation now where there's some blends that go away, that they aren't available anymore. And
Yeah,
so
but then
they
if you
are
go
what they
away, it's
are.
a
New
different story,
stuff
right?
comes out.
Right? If you think about it this way, okay, let's say you get 1 year in limited edition. That's not gonna come in the next year. it's not gonna be the same stuff. It's not limited edition. If you see the next year, right? Limited editions are 1 year out, and that's how it's supposed to be. You know it's gonna taste different. You know what you're looking for, right? If you find the one that's next year, you know that it's not the same stuff because it's a different release, right? But if you get the same stuff, I'm talking about the same stuff, core line. Let's say core line Habano, right? Like that's for six argument, Casacueva core line Habano. If you said this crop is produced November of 1995 or whatever, and then every month after that is bad, or it's not as good, you gotta go out and seek that November 1995, and you will stop buying any boxes that's not. You go to other store, flip through all the boxes just to find that year. That's gotta hurt sales. That's gotta hurt. The hobby
I don't know.
Itself.
I see that. I don't know. I don't know. I see it that way. I think
people like me.
I think that's a little too granular. It was too granular for it to be. Yeah, so I don't think it's going to happen anyway. I don't think they'll put the vintage on the cigars, etc. But I have heard where they do have to adjust the blends a little bit over time because they try to keep it. They try to keep it tasting the same way, smelling. You know, they try to keep those elements from when it was first, produced, and so
they try to get as close as
the
possible.
nature.
Right? Just like your blended whiskeys and bourbon and stuff like that, they blend it in just so that it tastes the same thing, right? And because of that, you get very close. But like I say, like the way I say it is like the wine, right? When it comes to wine, you look for a specific year, specific vineyard, specific things because that kind of market exists. And people who's buying those things, spend that kind of money, is gonna go crazy searching for that specific year, specific crop. Right. Right now, they're saying that they blended should be very close. That's because they're not putting out there for you to compare. Once they put it out there to compare, you're screwed. I'm not saying that you can't already. There is manufacturing day on the box. You know when your box is manufactured. But if they put it out there, advertise it as, and make sure that you know, then that information become one of the things that you compare.
And I think you also run into a situation where the cigar changes over time anyway. Because it's organic. It mellows out, or there are nuances that are once was there that's no longer there, or picks up newer things that you're not that. So it's. I think you just have to smoke them. You just have to smoke them if you got them. Like that's really the key, right? You can't really. It's hard to chase this kind of a thing, and you can hope that cigar is going to last or will be what it was, but your taste buds change as well, right? Your flavors, not your flavors, but the way you perceive the way things are done, it changes over time. So then you have that to deal with as well. So I don't know. It's an interesting conversation when it comes to is this cigar I'm smoking now like it was back then? I think the memory provides a more, favorable, idea of it than It happens with food as well, right?
I totally understand that, and I have to see it in a collector's point of view, right? Because I think my purchase budget is in the collector range compared to I just need a cigar to smoke, right? So we will spend a lot of money on crazy cigars. And that's why a lot of crazy cigars, for example, Opus 6 will put the year that was released, even the same stock. You'll find the same cigar. They will say 2019, 2020, 2000. They will write the year that particular one's released, and that gets you to start to compare, even though it's the same cigar. And for people that are spending that kind of money to collect certain cigars and try to buy the best that their money can buy, they will do that, right? I know I would, because just for one example, if you tell Eric that he can find Davidoff LE 2022 Perfecto right now, he'll spend any money to find it. He will probably spend any money.
How much do you need? I'd be like, how much you want for the box? Like, just name your price. I buy the whole thing right now.
Right? It will be like, I'd rather spend the money to get it now than not. But there are people that say just cigars, smoke it. If you like it, just buy more. If you don't like it, just don't. But then when you put the year on it, now he knows what year to look for. Because right now, if they release one that says 2023, 2024, he might not be interested. He was I want the 2022 one. If he can even tell a minor difference, and that would change the whole dynamic when you put the year on there.
So in 20 years from now, when you pull that box out and you smoke one of them, and it's not the same, then what?
Oh, it's gonna taste like
you waited
shit.
too long.
But
You waited too
most
long.
likely, the collectors like me is just gonna keep it there forever anyway.
I don't see the
Right?
point.
I'm
of
just
that.
gonna keep it. Right? There plenty of people that keep wines and bourbon just in their cabinet, never taste it, never ever taste it, never ever open.
It's not okay,
see the point of
Martin. It's not the point of that. Is why, right? We have endless
No.
supply. We have endless supply of cigar. Put it that way. That's why we would never finish
But
our cigar no
still,
matter what we do.
Smoke the fucking thing. Fucking smoke the thing.
First of all, we review, so we smoke different things every day, right? Every day. We don't review the same cigar every day.
So that's
Right.
already out there. Like we can I mean, I'm not trying to brag here, but like a lot of people that collect cigars have so much cigar that if I stop buying cigar today and smoke every single day one cigar at a time, I can smoke until I die. But that makes it so that the things that we collect, we can actually keep it and not smoke it, and just feel good about having
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, just like, hey, yeah, I got this box right here. Look at this.
Right?
All right.
I mean, if Martin, you didn't have to review your Plasencia Prensado, your Patrimonio Prensado, you didn't have to open the box, you will keep that thing closed forever until you die.
Nope.
No.
Nope. I would actually wait until like anniversary or something that came up with the Legion. I would bring a box and be like, this box has been aging for 3 years. Let's all have one.
I swear to God, I have 4 boxes right now, and 1 box is never gonna be finished.
Right? We can take out 2 or 3 boxes and say it's been aged for 3 years. Let's smoke that one right now too. I can
mean,
still have
sure.
that one box assigned that never opened.
I mean, Albert, would you be like the same way? Like, let's say you buy a box, you intend to smoke it, you save it for 3 to 5 years, and then you're waiting for like a moment, like a Legion meet or something. You take it and be like, hey guys, I have this box. It's rare, and I want everybody to enjoy it with me.
Well,
That seems like
as an
the logical
example,
thing.
I had 2 of the red Murciélagos, and James, my brother, and I smoked it before he went back to Europe because I was like, we might as well smoke this thing, man. We heard people talking about it, heard Hector talking about it. He's like, oh wow, you still have some of those? And he was, I don't know if he was shocked, but it was surprised him that we might have had them. And then
Yeah.
we're like, okay, so I felt like we should go ahead and smoke it and see what it tasted like, and we enjoyed it a lot.
Exactly.
In fact, I thought it tasted a little bit more like the gold. I mean, I'm sure it's different tobacco, and there's some other things different about it, I'm sure. But it definitely was it was smoother than the current Murciélago. So that was a fun time, and I'm glad I had that experience with him. So that's it's different perspectives, different ideas and stuff. But I tell you this, I want to get back to the review situation. So all 3 of y'all are reviewers. And you're asking, the original question was, does a review influence the buyer, the viewer, to go out and buy a cigar, things like that? What is your reasoning for doing your reviews? What do you think that your viewers are doing with your reviews? That would be my question for y'all.
Okay.
The reason I do my review is
I was gonna say, Eric, go ahead.
Go ahead. Lead the
Yeah,
conversation.
I think my reason is the opposite of everybody else's reason. So.
I think so too. But my reason is, I just want to document it, right? I just want to document what I smoke, pretty
Yeah.
much.
It's like a journal.
Because I smoke so many different cigars that I forgot what the 7 years. If I only remember what I smoked when I started the channel, right?
Right.
Before that, I have no idea why I'd be smoking. Like, I don't know what I've smoked through or not and stuff like that. Sometimes I go to the shop, I was like, did I smoke this one yet? Like, like, stuff like that. But yeah, that's what's my reasoning. And my reasoning is to find friends as well. Yeah. And I found you assholes. It worked out so good so far. Yeah.
Gee, thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay.
For me, I guess it's like it's just a journal. It's an online journal, stuff that I smoked, and I kind of look at it as like if I didn't like it before, hey, I might like it next time I smoke it. I've done that. I swear to God, I did that with the Murcielago. I did not like it the first time I smoked it, but I smoked it.
I never go back.
I smoked it again, and then again, and I was like, hey, this shit's getting better and better. So I ended up. That's now one of my favorite cigars because it's really fucking good. But when I first smoked it and reviewed it, I didn't like it.
Never go back what I don't like.
All three of y'all, and I think Tony's going to say something similar. But y'all, so I'll just go with both of you. So both of y'all are saying it's a journal now, right? That's what you're saying? Because that don't seem right to me, man. Especially you, Martine. Now, maybe now it's a journal, right? But what were you doing when you were doing your reviews 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
Just fucking around. Just fucking around. Just being funny.
Right. But you were going after views, you were going after view counts, subscribership, and
yeah, that's true.
And what was the other? Like you wanted people to sponsor you. You were looking for sponsorship.
Yeah, subscribers, sponsors, all that shit.
Okay, so talk about that. Like, what were you trying to get out of it? What do you think your viewers were getting out of your channel? Is my question. That's really the question I'm trying to drive at right now.
So I started YouTube as a way to try to make more income, and for a long time it was slowly picking up. But I was just having fun with it at the same time. So it was like I'm hanging out with people. I'm commenting or have people commenting and I'm interacting with them. So it's like, it turned into something like, hey, I can actually make a lot of friends with this, meet people, go to events and have fun and get invited to all these places. So at first it was more of like just, I don't know, try to find viewers, try to find subscribers, and then it was like, okay, try to find sponsors and try to find all this stuff. And then I was like, hey, I got a lot of friends now. I can actually meet up with people. If I go anywhere, I'll be able to hang out with anybody.
So for me, right, I think I do it as a supplement to the live shows. Because I'd much rather chat, but like if I'm gonna smoke a cigar and I'm talking with you guys on Discord, I might as well record it because I can talk to myself for a few minutes anyway. That's totally fine with me. And I think that my whole goal of my video isn't to tell you to buy a cigar. It's more like tell you not to buy a cigar. Like my thing is like, this is how much it costs. Is it worth it? I say in the collector's perspective, right? Is it worth my money? Is it worth that money? And that's where I go with. If it's worth your money, go buy it. I don't care. If it's not worth my money, I'll tell you it's not worth my money. I mean, like I just spend too much money on this thing. That's just what I tell people. As you guys already know, we don't have sponsors. We don't have a need for that. And I'm just doing it because it was, at first I was only doing so a little bit. And I hate editing and stuff like that. And thank goodness now I have iAlber. But, and this guy, Eric, just every day is like, you got to do a review for this. You got to do a review for that. Okay, fine. I do it. I'm smoking anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah. And it's just, I think it got out of control because now I'm doing it every day. I feel like it's way too much. But I'm smoking anyway. I'm chatting anyway. So it didn't make much difference to me. But there was I guess like, this is the goal. This is what I'm doing. This for this cause. This is why. No, and it's just like I'm smoking anyway. I'm just recording it, and I tell you my experience. I won't even remember what I smoked, what I review already. I just know that I did it because I'm talking to someone.
That's true. Because when this video come out, I was like, hey, what? He's like, when did I smoke that thing?
Yeah. Well, I might recognize that cigar taste. I might remember I smoked it. I don't remember if I smoked it for a review. I just remember, okay, is this whether or not this is worth it to me? Do I hate it? Do I like it? And that serves, like, I guess because you record it, you kind of have more recognition. Not recognition. You remember that the flavor of the cigar a little bit more. you remember the experience with the cigar a little bit more because you actually try to talk about it. You remember you recording it, and you remember that a little bit more, and makes for me myself, I make a little bit better decision. And I think it's a curse, really. You make a better decision what you buy when you go to a lounge, because now you remember what you smoked and what they were like. And I think it's a curse because I already is really picky when I go to a shop buying cigars. I'm very picky already. I cannot find something I want to buy. And that makes it even harder now because now I remember all the shitty cigars that I smoked, and it's even shittier. So, it makes it even harder for me to buy a cigar in the lounge, try to smoke it there.
That's why I usually remember, Albert, when I went to the lounge with you, and I take 2 rounds about the whole humidor. I didn't still pick a stick. It's it's so hard. It's the hardest thing ever.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, because you look at all the cigar on the wall. You're like, I have this at home, I have that at home, I have this at home, I have that at home. All right, you have those separated. That's one category that you're not going to choose because you already have all those cigar at home. Literally, a lot of cigars I'm looking at, I'm like, I got boxes of those at home. So I'm not going to buy them because now I'm buying an inflated price, right? In the shop, it's got to be inflated price. So I'm not going to buy those. So I'm going to start to find something I haven't smoked before, right? Now, the haven't smoked before has 2 categories. Haven't smoked, interesting, and haven't smoked, not interesting. And majority of them are haven't smoked, not interesting, right? And the rest are, I smoked it and they sucked. So I'm not going to get those either. Move it away. So my category of something that I could buy, or I should buy, is very, very, very tiny. Very, very, very tiny. And then at the end, you still have to decide, once you decide which one you got to buy, is how much they inflated in the store to sustain the business, right? And that's where my cigar review is kind of based about, right? Is that price worth it, right? So if I buy this at $5, and actually no, if I buy this at $20, and I smoke it at home, and it's only worth $10 to me, I go to a shop, it's $25. I definitely not gonna buy it. Yeah. So that's why, my review is like a curse for myself because I give a price at the end to myself, and next time when I see the price, I'll be like, "You kidding me? You got to charge $25 for this shit?" It's a $5 bundle cigar with the band on it.
So,
Right.
You guys never review a cigar and then pick it up again at a lounge?
If it's good, yeah, we do.
If it's good, yeah, it has to be very good because we are paying that inflated price.
Yeah.
So it has to be more than what it's worth at the moment I smoked it.
Okay.
And I don't go back to the one that I think is shitty ever. The box probably, the cigar I have in home probably sit there forever until I give it away or something.
Yeah, like I would never choose another midnight oil in my life in the store ever.
That's a great cigar, man.
It's absolutely great, but it's not worth the price.
Hey, I liked it.
And
I hope you do.
He does. He really does.
That's gonna be Christmas raffle for my team.
But the Aventura King's Gold, you probably would, right?
Oh yeah, I would. I find that a lot of Aventure's cigars are amazingly good, like surprisingly good. Like I thought they all gotta be shit, but they were pretty good.
Yeah, they're surprisingly tasteful.
Yeah.
So yeah, I reviewed that. I mean, but that's the thing. How many stores that I go to over here is gonna have that cigar?
Yeah, even
Right? When you go to lounge, the selection is very limited. When you buy online, selection is almost infinity, right? Because they can, so much they place store it, they can put boxes there.
Yep.
But if you go to a store, it's more like whatever they can display is what you can get. And then that's the curse right there. Like,
That's why I hate like small humidor inside a lounge. I was like, come on, I need a bigger selection than this.
That's the problem. For me, I went to a lot of shop and people will say that shop is nice and whatever. And I look at their humidor, I get disappointed. I get very disappointed because I feel like their humidor is no bigger than my basement.
That's messed up. Oh man.
Right? I feel like they might have a lot of selection, but like again, I have a bunch that's already been excluded the moment I walk in. Right? The category get excluded. So I go in there, might be only one corner that I can consider. So like I go in there, I feel very disappointed. It's like, oh, everybody have all these. Right? I go in the first thing I exclude general cigar period. Any of the general cigar stuff, it gets excluded. Because they're everywhere. I can smoke that anytime. I'm going out there to hang out. Why am I smoking a general cigar?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like what are the chances of me buying Oliva? Next to zero.
Oh, I don't buy Leva. If I go to lounge, I never do.
right? So that gets excluded, and that's a majority of the most walls that you walk into.
It's not
Right?
about
It's General
like, good
Cigars
or not.
heritage.
It's about I could get them exactly like Tony said. You could get them anywhere, right?
All right.
Why?
So when you walk into a humidor, you're looking for something that's new, something you haven't smoked yet, or Davidoff.
Well, something that I haven't smoked yet. We don't.
Yeah,
You know
you will
this,
find
right?
that I rarely buy Davidoff in the
Yeah.
store.
You know
Unless I'm
that-
going there specifically by Davidoff, I rarely buy Davidoff in the store.
That's different, right? Yeah. And if I see a dab dog that I don't have or I haven't seen, yeah, I will buy it.
Yeah. Like if I go to a lounge and hang out with friends, I try not to smoke Davidoff because I know the surrounding friend, majority of them are not gonna smoke something like that. So I try to not smoke something that's way out of the range, unless I have
mean-
one or two friends that will smoke the same range.
I don't know. I mean, I've gone to lounges and people are smoking like fucking expensive cigars, but it doesn't bother me.
It might not bother you, but I feel like it's awkward. Like for example, you'll never see me go into a lounge with a bunch of you guys, light up an Oro Blanco. Why am I'm trying to just enjoy time there. I'm not trying to show off there. Why am I lighting that up? It's a
don't look
cigar
at
that's
it.
not worth the money.
I don't look at it like that. It's like, okay, you can smoke that. Cool. How is it?
No, but that's the thing. Now
That's
it
the
became
thing.
like all about me talking about a cigar now.
I was like, if he's smoking, it's like, okay, maybe, you ask a question, you already care about it. You already, there's a look to it already, right? Because you asked about $600 cigars. It's like,
And besides, what am I supposed to say? Martin, I got 4 reviews. Go look.
Okay.
Yeah, when you go to a lounge, you're sharing time with friends. You want to, number one, smoke a cigar you might not have tasted before, or number two, a cigar that's interesting and tastes good. And that's a very hard thing to do for people that buys a lot of cigars.
I don't know. I'm kind of. I mean, there's a lounge here called Elite. Albert, you've been there. They've got a fucking huge selection. I think Tony, the way he's saying, I don't think he would find a fucking single cigar in there that he would like or want to smoke.
dude, the one that me and Albert go to, it wasn't small either. And I took 2 laps before I grab anything.
When we are at Empire, me and Eric was there circling like 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds, and in the end we just grabbed the freaking Royal because we couldn't find anything else.
Yeah,
Wow.
we couldn't find anything else. Yeah, like me and Tony just go zip, 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 zip. And yeah, we couldn't find shit.
We went to Davidoff. I couldn't buy one we want to buy.
Yep.
And literally, the first thing we walk in was, "Do you have Oro Blanco or buy an entire box?"
I think you are just too picky, man.
I
To
think
be,
so,
to be
too.
honest, I really
Yep.
do. It's just, yeah, you are picky.
No,
So let me
think
ask
of
y'all.
this- no, hold on, Albert. Just think of this way, all right? You're a guy that eats spaghetti every single day in your life at home. Spaghetti every single day. When you go out to eat, or you gotta order spaghetti.
Depends on how they do the spaghetti, man.
No, spaghetti. You already eat spaghetti at home every single day. You're not when you
I
go
get
out,
it.
you're not gonna order spaghetti.
I get that. I get it.
I mean, I don't know. You could be like,
I
Paul
think.
Walker.
I think when you go to a
Ask for
when
the
you go to
truth.
a lounge, when you so when you go to a lounge, and I catch myself doing this. It's a frame of mind as to what I'm going to be happy with, and so yeah, I'll walk around and I'll settle for something I've already smoked or I'm familiar with or whatever.
Same.
And so, I think some of that's just frame of mind. That might be something we want to talk about in a future episode. But I do want to go back to the reviewers. What do you think some of the other reviewers out there, what is their motivation for doing reviews? Are they looking to try to influence people?
Money,
Or
bling,
Yeah.
bling.
Money.
Oh,
you think
Money.
so?
To me,
I see it all the time.
the thing is, I think there's,
Here's the thing that bothers me the most. Okay, is every cigar like there are a lot of cigar reviewers that basically say every cigar is great.
yes.
Yeah,
That
they're
just-
fucking a lot.
Like, come on, right? But the thing is, I think there is reviewer out there that actually care about the cigar and stuff like that. They would,
Not enough. Not enough.
you know.
I think there's a lot of them that especially if they review one brand a lot and they say every single one of them are good, they're fucking bullshit.
Yeah, yeah,
You cannot expect one brand, every single cigar in that brand are great.
yeah. I'm not saying all of them, right? I'm just saying there is a few out there that actually care about the cigar, like how good it is or how bad it is, right?
Yeah, I mean that's a problem. I think that we are. there's not enough reviewers that's willing to say a cigar is bad because a lot of them are sponsored, a lot of them get free cigars, a lot of them, it depends on that. Even if the cigar is bad, they were just like, oh yeah, it's not too bad. They use the word not bad. I mean, just like, just because it's not bad does not mean it's good, So I think that's a problem with a lot of reviewer. I'm not doing that to I'm not saying that's because I think I'm better than anybody else. I'm just saying that because I do watch it and I am tired of people that say every cigar is good because they'll try to push that cigar or basically I scratch your back, you scratch my back to the cigar brand that they're reviewing. That's really annoying.
Grows a pair of balls and just say that shit is trash.
I mean, you guys saw my reviews. I half the time I didn't like the fucking shit I was smoking.
But the thing is funny is you don't like the shit you smoke, but you tell people to buy it.
I tell people to try it. I didn't like it.
No.
You might like it. So.
All right, Martin, don't hate me for this. Martin, don't hate me for this. But every time you receive a cigar for free to smoke, you say it was good, including that vinegar crap.
No, I didn't.
Just saying, you don't have to agree, but people can go back and it's like, if that cigar's sent to him by a specific company in a box, you see it. If you find an episode with the unboxing, you're gonna find an episode of that cigar is good.
Nope.
Okay, you don't have to agree. I'm just saying, the cigar that you say is bad are only bad ones I think are either fans sent over or you bought them.
No. Crown Heads, number one. Crown Heads will not send me cigars because I told them that I didn't like the cigars. Remember that shit?
You also never reviewed them again after that.
Yeah.
And you learn from that. So, and I think every time after that, there's no more bad cigars.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Like, to me, I don't give a fuck if he sponsors me or not.
I wish I still have those footage. It's like my team makes sure that all those footage are burned.
Nah.
But even I have some Davidoff that I say that's total trash.
Yeah, I bash on my freaking favorite brand, so there you go.
If anybody go watch that Cuban Crafter Davidoff review.
Yeah, even freaking Tony ranked the Opus X better than I did, and that's my fucking cigar. I'm just saying.
That's why I rate by price, right? Yeah. Because even bad cigar has a value, right? You can agree with that, right? Even bad cigar has value. I mean, there are one cigar we both rate either $1 or $0. We all know what cigar that is.
Yes.
We have one cigar that's not worth a penny.
That worth nothing.
I think every cigar has a value,
except for a sentimental gift. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think every cigar has a specific value. At the end, it is hard work to get there. But whether or not they taste good or bad, just like rice, there are some rice that taste good and some rice that taste bad.
That's true.
Well, if you can't tell the difference between rice, you have no palate, man.
I mean, there are rice brands that I prefer. I'll say that.
No, rice has flavor.
No, rice has flavor, and some of them are just really bad.
Some of them are really bad. Yeah. Anybody tell you that rice all tastes the same? No, they don't. And this is why some rice costs like $300 a bag.
Right.
They're just that good. And we have rice cooker that's over $1,000 because we care about rice.
I ain't never had a bag of rice that cost me $300.
You're in the wrong place, bro.
Same, bro.
The king of all rice. Go to Japan, man.
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
King of all rice.
I think
go to Japan.
My bag of rice costs the most like $100.
No. You gotta go buy the $300 small bag of rice. Then you gotta go buy the diamond crusted rice cooker for $1,000, $1,800, and then you make that rice. Dude, and you gotta eat it, and then you gotta have orgasm.
My rice cooker is costing freaking $400, so I'm just saying it's already expensive for me.
Well, yeah, right. Average price, right? That's like the elephant brand or the tiger brand. It's gonna cost you $400. That's standard. I'm talking about $1,800 diamond crusted rice cooker. All right, it's gonna give you the rice that will give you orgasm from your mouth all the way to your ass.
Bro, if I swear to God, if I spend my money on that and it fucking tastes like just like my rice, I'm gonna.
No, it's gotta taste exactly the same.
That's why I got don't make me freaking.
No, it's
go-
gotta cook a little bit more even. It's gotta cook a little bit more even. You know how when you cook the rice and
Yeah,
then you
yeah,
open
yeah.
it up, you stir it. Some
Yeah.
parts are wetter than the other. The diamond
Yeah.
cluster are more even. So
More even?
You're not gonna have one person getting one bite and go like, "Hey, that bite tastes like shit."
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
well,
because
you know.
there's a wetness and dryness. It's not even.
There are people that do rice cooker reviews,
Wow.
and that greatly influenced me to spend money on rice cookers.
Oh damn! They
Greatly
got,
influenced me.
they got you. They got you.
Yeah, they got me. You know, when it comes to food, I will spend the money on it. So it will greatly influence me by looking at the reviews. And cigars, like I said, it's hard. It's hard because, okay, for rice, you feed it to everybody, it tastes the same, right? Correct. If I feed you a bite of rice, it probably tastes the same to everybody.
Oh,
But cigar, it doesn't. It doesn't. Your opinion, pretty much, we can assume means shit. Because what you taste might not be what I taste.
I don't know, man. Rice tastes different, man.
No. Well, it either tastes like nothing or it tastes like something, right? For rice,
More
right?
like yeah.
For the people who had no palate, rice is gonna taste like nothing. Taste
Yeah,
like,
but we-
whatever you put on there.
We eat rice every day, so yeah.
Right. So there you can tell the difference. But I'm talking about, that's a standard thing. Salt tastes like salt, sugar tastes like sugar. There's no question there, right? There's no debate there, right? So because there's no debate there, we can assume that the food are gonna taste somewhat, relatively the same to everybody through a review. But cigar is not. Cigar is not. Like everybody tastes cigar can taste different things technically. Right? It's what you can pick up, or else it's just that it tastes like tobacco, right? And I think the biggest thing on the review is they tell you what they taste. But that's the thing. A lot of time, to a lot of people who cannot pick up notes, that's full of shit.
It's full of
A
shit.
whole pile of shit.
Full of shit with a lot of people. So yeah.
Right? I don't know how many people I heard from. It's like, when people say that I taste chocolate, I taste, walnut, I taste nothing. Right? And here's the thing though. A lot of time I read a review and I smoked the same cigar. I look at the review again, like, you're full of shit. I don't taste any of that. Like you made it sound like it's heaven. All I taste is $5 cigar.
You know what you thought sound like? It sound like Val.
Just an example, right? Right? There are people that write a review that make it sound like heaven
Oh yeah.
to help promote the cigar. And
Charlie
when you
Minato.
smoke it, you're like, I don't taste any of that.
Charlie Minato has a reputation for doing that. He'll get some fucking weird off the wall flavors.
You know,
I don't
you
know
get this one person who's writing the review, a freaking English major that loves, like, I don't know, Shakespeare. He writes a whole thing about a romantic story about this one cigar. You're like, all right, you got me. I go buy one. You smoke it. Instead of a romantic story, you got a murder mystery. And that bothers me. So that's why, like I say, the content of the cigar review didn't influence me as nearly as much as what they showed me. Like I can watch it completely mute. I just look at the pictures and look at the videos, look at their reactions to it, and not necessarily hear what is. Because, all right, does cigar reviews information when it comes to what wrapper, what binder, what filler influence you that much?
Not at all. Not at all.
For me, yeah.
Not at all.
Why?
I will still try the cigar.
Yeah, I would
Either way, it
try
doesn't
it.
matter what's made out of. I just gotta try it.
There's a reason why I don't research about my cigar before I smoke it, because it doesn't influence me one bit.
Because I like the way
'Cause you,
a blend is. Like if I know what tobaccos taste like, I can differentiate the taste in tobaccos. So if it sounds like something that I wouldn't like, I won't probably grab it.
but you realize how dumb that is? Because right now, a lot of cigar out there are broadleafs, San Andreas, and all that stuff. Do they taste the same? No. So that information doesn't do shit,
But
right? I think all the new cigar, just look at all the new cigar that came out this year. I'll say at least a quarter of it is broadleaf or San Andreas.
let's say you just only like broadleaf and San Andreas. That's the only wrapper that you're looking for. That's the only blend you're looking for. And
No.
Yeah, so that information shouldn't influence you.
like most of the time when I
Because even if you look at something, and you're telling me that there is no shitty San Andreas.
There is.
Yeah, so that information doesn't do you any good. If how you looking for San Andreas, and still pick up a shit cigar.
I don't know.
I could care less about the blend, to tell the truth. Unless it's a good cigar.
Yeah.
Unless it's a good cigar, then yes. I like, yo, what they using, right? And stuff like that. But other than that,
But like you can find a cigar with the exact same leaf and does not taste the same.
yep. But
Right? That's the problem with the review is that it gives you so much information to compare, but half that information it's not constant. There is no common denominators to really compare. Because when they say Ecuadorian Habano, let's say that's an example, right? It really doesn't tell you much other than the fact that it's Ecuadorian Habano. It doesn't tell you what farm it came from. It doesn't tell you how long it's been aged, what's the fermentation process. It doesn't tell you any of that. It's basically looking at a menu that says this whole category is rice. This whole category is vegetable. This whole category is chicken. But you don't know what they are. You just know that it has that in there, and they all taste different. Unless you got to tell me, like, when you go to a restaurant, you order everything on that rice category tastes the same. It doesn't.
Yeah,
And that's the problem.
I think it's a challenge with the reviewers. Is it's a very subjective thing. When you're reviewing a coffee maker or a rice cooker, there are very tangible things about it. There are non-subjective things, right? Objective. I guess that's the word. Where it's made of this, or it's made like this, or it's not. But when you think about a cigar, yeah, it's definitely, there are so many variables, like you're saying, that they don't tell you, and they don't tell you for a reason, because it's their recipe, it's their combination that they came up with, their blend. So they're not going to give you a lot of those details. Even if they did, even if one company did it, the others won't. So you have no way to compare those things to. And so, yeah, you're kind of left with the entertainment value of the reviewer is probably where this is all going to rest. You know, do you like listening to this person? Do you think they have interesting conversation, or they bring up different points, or they share different things they tell a story? You know, those are the things that are probably going to draw you to a reviewer. And would that influence you to buy? Probably would. So just as much as if a friend or, you know, somebody at a shop said, hey, you know, try this out. This is, you know, to me, it's a pretty good cigar. Or you walk in and you see that everybody's buying it, right? So you go up and you buy it before it's gone, or you try one out. And, you know, those are the things that influence you. And chances are you're probably going to smoke it and enjoy it to some degree. You know, granted, you might take 2 puffs off of it and set it down and say,
Why do I know that was coming?
That's one extreme of it, but you don't see that happen, and you don't see that very often, really. You know, you don't see people trying something out and just putting it down. You know, that's very few. That's a very rare occurrence. So
it's very rare, but I can honestly tell you that day I was in that humidor for a long time, and I found I'll try something new, and that really disappointed me. Like, it disappointed me so much. I was like, you know, it's not worth my time. That's why I got so pissed off. I just put it down.
It was on the feature table as well, right?
Yeah.
It was like, oh wow, we just got these in, and you should give it a shot.
It disappointed me a lot, so much that I just you know what, not worth my time. You know,
in fact, he had the red meat, the Dunbarton
Meat lover.
red meat.
Meat lover.
Yeah, meat lover cigar.
Meat lover.
Well, there was a one called red meat too.
Yeah, the red meat
There
lover.
is. I think maybe there is. Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, and you know, I didn't pick one up. I didn't pick one up because I just felt like, I don't know. I'm gonna wait and see how this goes, and you know, if a lot of people are smoking it and talking about it, I might.
No,
but
just
it just didn't.
wouldn't
Really,
you be like,
Yeah.
hey, Eric, just pick it up and smoke it, and review would tell me how it is. I would have done that.
yeah.
But then you with me,
Problem is that cigar has no control. There's no control unit. When you do a comparison, you need a control, right? Cigar has no control, right? If you go, like I said, we like something tangible or something like a machine or something like that has control. You know what an average, rice cooker is gonna do. The minimum it's gonna do is gonna cook rice. That's a control, and you can buy another one, buy a different unit, and see how it outperforms it. But you can get one Connecticut, and it's not gonna be the same as another Connecticut. And the majority of Connecticut might taste the same, but none of them has the same blend. And you know, that's why there's no control to compare it to, and there's no way to set your expectation other than in the end somebody tell you the cigar is good or cigar is bad, right? And that specifically, all right, specifically what tell you that for sure is top 25 cigar reviews at the end of the year. Now, here's the thing, right? If one cigar is cigar of the year last year, why wouldn't it be somewhere in the top 25 the next year if it's that good? It's still in the market, but if it's that good, it should be always in the top 25, right?
Yeah.
It should never disappear,
Dude, if it disappeared, there's something wrong there.
right? That means it's not that good. So number one cigar of 1 year should be on the next year's page as somewhere in the top 25 and the only reason should be because another cigar beat it,
Yep.
right? And those two cigars should be in the next one, because those two cigars were that good that, unless some other cigar beat it, it should stay in the top 25, right? You don't see someone that goes to the racetrack, win this year, win next year, and then and then all of a sudden just disappear the next year after that. Because if it's good, it stays on the list. The fact that 25 list is always different every year is because there's no control. There's no control on it. There's nothing to compare. It's all subjective. It's actually emotional. More than that. Like if you have a good day, a shitty cigar tastes good. If you had a bad day, a shitty cigar tastes like shit. And that's why sometimes we have to go back and revisit a cigar, right? It's like, oh, when I feel differently, I smoke that cigar, might feel different. A lot of time we might smoke the same box of cigar. One cigar is just total shit. And when we go back the next day, it's like, I don't remember this thing being this good because it's subjective. And that's the problem with how much, that's why I question, right? Sometimes I question how much value are we giving with those reviews. I mean, I know that's mostly entertainment value, but there's some cigar that's so boring I can't add anything to it. It's like, this cigar just sucks. And Albert will be like, you need to add something to your review. There's nothing to there. I'm like, yeah, sorry, the cigar just sucked. There's nothing I can add to it. I am not gonna pretend it's good,
Don't worry, he said the same thing to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Him and Val said the same thing.
Shit. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to talk about a lot of time. You just give the information that you need to. And let's be honest, right? All the information that we provided can be found online for less than a minute. You don't have to watch an 18-minute thing. You'll find all that information in a minute.
You're the only one that make 18, 20-minute video, bro.
I'm sorry. It's 3 parts.
3 parts in a summary.
Yeah.
True.
3 parts in a summary. So, I don't know. And you're the only one that makes picking up ashes, so.
Right.
All right, you got it.
That's why I say it's more entertainment value than content. You just happen to get entertained while you have that content. But the thing I said is that all that information, the spec, were released the moment the cigar was released. Before you even get to your hand, the information's out there.
Oh, yeah.
And this is why I kind of have like how much does that cigar review or write up influence you? Because it's actually public information, even though they don't give out information. The dumbest shit is like undisclosed. I think that's the dumbest shit ever. But I think we can have that in the next episode. Let's talk about undisclosed cigars. That's the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah.
Right.
To me, it's kind of intriguing.
Oh my god. You guys think that's a good topic to talk about? Undisclosed cigars?
Is it an hour conversation? I don't know.
That's the thing. It's going to be an hour.
Well, then we can do undisclosed versus disclosed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That would go for a long time.
All right. So between now and next week, go do some research on some undisclosed cigars. We'll talk about those. We should smoke some. Go smoke some undisclosed cigars.
Okay, I will. I got a few.
Right. So
I think the Island Gem, I think, is one of them. By the way,
Island Gem is not.
Island Gem is is flavor, isn't it?
No.
No,
Island Gem.
Atabey is undisclosed.
Yeah, Byron is undisclosed.
Island Gem, I don't know.
Island Gem is San Andreas. It's undisclosed. It's not.
I think Tony's looking it up. You looking it up,
Yeah,
Tony?
I'm looking it up.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm looking at Island Gem by Oscar.
Yep.
All right, let's see. No, it's disclosed.
Yeah.
It's Nicaraguan Jalapa and San Andreas.
Oh, they have Nicaragua Jalapa. I hate that cigar. And why I like that region.
Yeah, the wrapper is Nicaragua Jalapa. The binders Honduras, fillers Honduras. Depends on which one you pick. The whole Corojo, they're not undisclosed.
Yeah, they're not. I know they're not. Because I researched about it before.
Yeah, another one says wrapper is San Andreas, which so it's a San Andreas but Nicaraguan Jalapa, and then the binder is Honduran and filled Honduran. It's disclosed.
No, Mark.
Yeah, we can find some. I'll find a list of probably find a list of undisclosed cigars. We can talk about those. All right. So yeah, that's it for this particular episode of podcast. I hope you enjoy it. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of part I'm gonna cut out for no reason, but yeah, we'll cut it out. Particularly anything that Eric said.
That's so messed up, man. Come on.
Oh God. Anyway, so yeah, that's this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll come back to the next episode. Hopefully, we'll record something about the undisclosed cigar, since I think that will be an interesting topic. We'll talk about that in the next episode. So I'll see you guys in the next episode.
Or disclosed but wrong information.
What are you talking about? You won't know if it's wrong information.
For John.
Oh, we found one that was wrong.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about that.
Yep, we'll talk about that. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye,
See you guys later.
See you later. All right. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to the In the Shadows podcast. There's nothing like a fine cigar, and that's our passion. And on the show, we'll talk about everything and anything cigars. And you know what happens when you get a bunch of guys together smoking cigars. The conversations go on. And that is what this show is all about. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. Remember, everything you need is on YouTube at Soy Sauce Assassin. The live show is every Wednesday and Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And get cigar reviews. Wishing you long ashes. We'll see you next time on In the Shadows podcast.